Welcome back to another Let's Play. This is the challenge Let's Play where, other than the tutorial, we are not going to catch any fish whatsoever and still make it to mastery. Just to recap, last time we just did the very beginning stuff and then found out that in this farm specifically you can get fish milkers for 100 gold by just getting another cabin at Robin's. And also, just when you start the farm, you can start with more than one cabin. So that way you can get a total of 8 fish smokers in the very beginning. And if you don't want the space for storage, just take the fish smokers out and then you can delete the cabins. But we're just going to do a lot of the same stuff, try to get our XP up for everything. And also doing all the other little things too, getting to know everybody, getting our friendship points up, digging through trash cans, you know, the usual. And I am going to go a little bit quicker through the days because they are going to get pretty repetitive. So for today I mostly wandered around and then went fishing. Didn't get too many pieces of trash, unfortunately. And now we're on to day 5. Usually every morning I start off with working on the crops, watering, stuff like that, unless it's raining, of course. And then I'll kind of fill my day with tasks, usually fishing for trash. And then I got the community center, what do you call that? Cutscene. So I can get started working on that, because originally I wasn't going to, but really all the stuff that you can get from there is pretty helpful. And so on with the day, we're going to get some more seeds and sell as much stuff to be able to get as many seeds as possible. Normally I would also do more potatoes, but since we are trying to get the community center done, we're going to need 5 gold parsnips, so we're going to get a few of those until we get the 5 that we need. When you first unlock the community center, you won't be able to read anything yet. You'll have to go to the wizards, and then he'll be after that, you know. And then I pretty much headed to the mines, got through a few levels only, and also to get a task done that we got from the bulletin. So when it comes to foraging and earning XP, there are some more obvious things like chopping down trees, twigs, getting moss, blueberries, salmonberries, stuff like that, but there are a few other ones that weren't as obvious. I didn't know for the first little bit playing, so I wanted to share them with you. The mushrooms from the Ginger Island Mushroom Cave and the fruits from your farm cave actually grant you XP. And in the mines and Skull Caverns, things like quartz and any of the crystals that you find on the ground don't give you XP, but the mushrooms do. The red mushroom, the purple mushrooms, and even the fiddlehead ferns give you XP. And the biggest one of all is truffles. I'm not sure how I didn't know that truffles gave you XP, but I didn't. And one day I was picking a ton of them up and it leveled me up, and sure enough, it gives you XP. So maybe not so obvious, you know? And really my goal at first is to try to get the elevators, and so to try to go down at least 5 floors. Doesn't always happen, especially depending on the luck, but you know, I now regret leaving the coal. Speaking of the fish smokers, coal is definitely not the easiest thing to come by, but with limited space, it's whatever. Although I would have probably left the quartz and then taken the coal instead. But that's okay. Getting a bigger backpack is definitely going to be one of the first buys, I think. Or one of the first big purchases. And since I was out of storage, went home, planted the seeds that I had got earlier, and then back to the mines. And that is why I like to reach those floors, because then you can just come back after. Now, when it comes to fighting, each of the different monsters has like their own pattern, movement style. With the slimes, you can hear them before they're about to like lunge at you. And the easiest way for those is to get them up against something, so like up against a rock or a wall, and then they don't move. And then also making sure that you're not being blocked by a rock is a big thing. But yeah, the more you play, you'll see that they each have their own unique like little movements, and so you can learn that and make it a little bit easier. And I can't believe... Wow, okay. I almost didn't see that. I don't think I've ever gotten an ancient seed this early, ever, in any of the games. This might just be my lucky save. Wow. And if you don't know, the ancient seed is one of the like more money-making, one of the bigger money-making crops. When you find it though, it's considered an artifact because it's not a seed yet. You do have to take it to Gunther's and then he will give you what you need. Alright, went up a few levels. That's good. And I got the crafting recipe for a furnace. And like I said, you'll have to see the wizard, so that was that letter in the mail, is the wizard basically telling you to go see him. Should have went straight to the museum, but... Now that XP is more important than ever, I wanted to go over a few things. This is specifically for mining. You can only get XP from panning or breaking rocks, and it doesn't matter if you use a pickaxe or a bomb. However, there is generic rocks inside of the mines that don't give you any XP unless coal is dropped, meaning that most of the rocks inside the mines are actually generic rocks, except for these two. Any of the gem nodes, of course, do give you XP, and that varies depending on the gem. And if you're breaking rocks outside of the mines, they do give you 1 XP. So in the mines, unless you're trying to get a ladder, don't waste your time breaking any of the generic rocks. Okay, and since I'm pretty much out of energy, we're gonna head out and do something else instead. Ooh, okay. Another task, and let's take this to Gunther. So like I was saying, once you donate it here, he'll give you the recipe and a thing of ancient seeds. So you'll get the first one free. Cool. Let's head home with our seeds. And make a furnace and a scarecrow. Don't ask me why it took me this long to do the ancient seed. Also, it was a couple days later, on the 8th, but that's okay. And then I went to the wizard. One thing I didn't do is, if you go, I would suggest doing it after all your energy is pretty much gone, because after the cutscene, you'll have full energy again. So, pretty neat early on. But we're gonna go back to the mines since we have that task, that bulletin task to do, and get through a few more floors. And then I went through a few levels and then finished off my night going to the saloon, since I had to talk to Clint anyway to get my, to finish my task. Oops. He blended right in my defense. Okay, the first prize is 12 carrots. It's 12 carrot seeds. and went to go plant those and bring Abby a daffodil, although I could not find her yet. But that's okay. We're gonna go to the mines instead. I'm pretty glad I got that wooden bat thing over the regular sword. It definitely helps. Nice, and I thought I was gonna have to leave without getting it, but I got a bomb, so starting another day off with a little bit of bad luck, and then gonna do some trash fishing, some foraging, and then we also got a bulletin task that we can go complete in the mines. Run around the beach and do some more foraging before heading to the museum to donate 2 more things. Oh, and I finally found Abigail. Then I was able to donate some stuff to the community center and even give Linus a daffodil. Ooh, sneakers. Alright, let's see if we can find this last ladder before our energy runs out. Ooh, actually, we'll eat things first. Yeah, in the very beginning, you have to be kind of picky with what you actually want to take with you sometimes. Or what I do too is, like, every time you hit a 5th level, is go back down to the beginning and empty your chest, and then go, although sometimes I don't have the patience to do this. And then pretty much gonna stay here and try to get as much trash. And that's the end of day 9. And it was a not very great day as far as productivity, but that's okay. However, we did get through the day and leveled up some skills as well. Forgot to read the TV today. Or forgot to watch the TV today. And gonna do the regular things. Crops, water, and then gonna head out to try to get more trash. Now that I've gotten to level 20, this will be my best bet for catching trash. Just because at home there's more river fish possible, where here there's not that many possibilities as far as fish, so greater chances of trash. And that was pretty much it, and I did pretty good. And then after doing the daily tasks, went to go get some potato seeds, went around town, and gonna plant these before heading out to do some more random things. And didn't get enough seeds, so that's fun. Am I gonna remember to look at the Queen of Sauce? Don't think so. Alright, gonna get stuck by a wall and then go finish another task, and we get another prize ticket. Might as well go redeem this. And an orange sapling. Cool. Gonna go buy those other potato seeds that I was missing. Although I'll probably plant them a little bit later. Gonna give Linus a leek. That's definitely my preferred budget gift for him, especially because you can find like gold and silver quality ones. But yeah, it's gonna be a little repetitive, so we're just gonna go to the mines, level 20, and try to get as much trash as possible. And that was it for that day, and then we unlocked the mystery boxes. And went up a few levels, that's good. And for the mystery boxes, you get them after spending 50 days in the valley or after collecting the second prize ticket from the billboard, so that's why that happened that day. So definitely a big reason to push so you can get the mystery boxes sooner, and also because the prize tickets give you pretty good prizes in my opinion. Gonna wait a little bit to touch the trash. Here we go. And then that's gonna be pretty much my day since it's salmonberry season. I'm just gonna run around and do that. Foraging XP is pretty good doing that. And then I'm gonna go try to catch more trash on level 20. And I made it back to bed barely and did okay, not the best. Another day, more crops, more watering. And then just repeating the process, going into town, spending all my money on potatoes and a few parsnips to still try to get those gold quality. And then the rest of the day, trying to catch trash. But yeah, looks like about 20, ooh, no, pretty good amount of trash that day. And then gonna plant everything, and it's still salmonberry season, so we're pretty much gonna run around and forage for a big part of the day before, you guessed it, fishing for more trash. Got over 25 pieces of trash that day, so that was pretty good. And today's Pam's birthday, so let's see if we can give her something. Gonna buy some more parsnip seeds, and the rest, let's add 2 little potatoes. Just kidding, I'm gonna sell some stuff and we'll get some more. Some of the stuff, like the cheaper stuff, I don't sell because they make really good, cheap gifts. Like this, for example. I could have also given her a parsnip. If I remember right, she also likes parsnips. But I already had a daffodil on me, so that made more sense. After all the running around, I got another cutscene, the sewer scene with Jazz and Vincent. That's me realizing that I forgot to come get my little secret gift on the 17th. But that's okay. There's always next year. And after collecting salmon berries, I made some wood paths and then headed back to the mines, and that was it. Leveled up a little bit, and gonna pretty much repeat those steps for quite a bit. And I did place more pathing down because it does help you run quicker, and I like the way it looks. And since I had found Robin's axe while I was looking for salmon berries the other day, I returned that to her, and then pretty much more fishing. And then on the 20th day, it was raining again, so I didn't have to water any crops, just picked and replanted the seeds that I had. It has been raining quite a bit, so I've been glad not to have to water everything. Then I went to Pierre's to replenish my seeds. That's probably the weirdest way I've ever worded that, but anyway, I went home, planted those, and then went back to the mines to fish. And while it's definitely been a slow process, I finally leveled up to level 3, which unlocks the crab pot recipe, so now I can start making those, and those will also give me fishing XP. And since today was a good luck day, I did all my chores, and then I actually went through the mines rather than just fishing today. And leveled up again. If you do see you've got some new ideas to sleep on, that's all that's saying is that you went up a level. You won't see until the next day's screen. Then we had a neutral day, did our chores, bought more seeds, and then to go to the mines and see how far down I could get. And I had pretty good luck on finding the ladder, so I made it to level 35, and then I headed back down to level 20 to fish some more trash. The next day we had a neutral day, so mostly fishing. The day after that we had a good luck day, so we headed to the mines. Also Wednesdays, don't forget, there is Queen of Sauce reruns if you miss it on Sundays. And I actually stayed for quite a bit. I did have to go part way through and empty my storage, but I ended up going back down. And getting to level 50, barely, I was cutting it close on time. And we leveled up combat and farming. Oh, and I also put crab pots down. I forgot to show that part. So we smoked our first crab. Today I ran around and foraged, found some pretty good things, and even a book, Woody Secret, that gives you 5% chance to yield double harvest. And I pretty much played lumberjack all day and found a few forageables before heading back home. And did a few things around the farm, like process some stuff and make more preserves. And since it was kind of late, I just did some fishing here, although I did have to cancel a bunch of fish. But I got a few pieces of trash. And all the lumberjacking paid off because I did go up in a level and finally unlock the mushroom logs, which I'm pretty excited for because it's a good passive money maker. Today was a good luck day. I realized I might have been saying that wrong. So there's great days and good days. The little gold pyramid is just good luck. The purple star is the one that's great. Anyway, I did my farm stuff and then finally made it back to the mine to pick up the treasure that I didn't get from before. Went down, emptied my storage a tiny bit before heading back down and trying to get a little bit further today. And after a few floors in, I killed a ghost and got a ghost fish. So that was kind of neat. Didn't get down as many floors as I wanted to and was pretty much running out of time and energy, so I headed home. And the next day was another good luck day. We are almost at the end of this season, and this is where we are as far as our levels go. I would say pretty good for having to spend extra time just fishing trash. It's definitely slower paced. And after getting done with the chores at home, today was a mining heavy day since I still had another task and got another one from the bulletin. We're just gonna head there and try to complete those. I would say it was a valiant effort, but I didn't make it very far. Did not complete the Clint task because we didn't get any more gold, and pretty much completed all the dust sprites. I think we're missing 2 more. But I didn't take much food and didn't really think about it. But overall, still pretty good day. The next day was a great luck day, and also Queen of Sauce. Not as many chores today since it was the end of the season, so I headed into town and got a task, and then realized I missed some birthdays, so definitely check the calendar a lot more often. Dug through some trash, and I'm gonna go place this crab pot at the beach. And I found an artifact spot. It gave me a lost book. Those are the books that I was saying before that you can go read in the museum. They give you hints for playing and stuff like that. Ooh, found 2 of these. I remember back when I very first started playing, I didn't know what those little wiggles were. In my defense, I was playing co-op, so the screen was a lot smaller and they're hard to see. But I didn't realize that you were supposed to do anything with them. I thought they were just, I don't know, little wormies or blades of grass. I don't know what I thought they were, but... So yeah, dig those up. Now there's two kinds, because there's the artifact spots and then there's the seed spots, which look a little bit different. And then I went to the mines and finished that task from the other day. I didn't hit the recording right, so I only got myself going into the mines for like a second. And then I went to the wizard and collected that task. Because a lot of the mine tasks, or even some of the other ones, when you finish, you actually have to talk to someone. Pretty much out of energy, so just headed home and did stuff around the farm. And that's going to be pretty much the end to the first spring. And this is where we got so far, farming in the lead and then foraging, and we trickled down from there. So there's definitely a lot of things to work on and some things I would do differently. I didn't work on friendships or the community center as much as I'd like to, but that's okay. Thanks for watching and sticking around. Okay, goodbye or good night.